Trump's lawyers are now being openly laughed at by reporters. In a hot mic moment that was caught on tape, Alina Habba, Trump's ex-lawyer from the E. Jean Carroll lawsuit that he lost, she gave an Oscar-worthy performance in defense of Trump at his Manhattan criminal trial. But after she walked away, the reporters couldn't help themselves and started laughing. Check this out.
The American Constitution is an affront to our judicial system, and it's an affront to every lawyer that cares about their license, that cares about what is right and wrong. I am sick of coming in front of the press and saying this, but you have to, because you people need to understand what is going on. God forbid you put an accounting thing in for legal counsel. It's legal counsel. And now our taxpayer dollars, my time, our attorney's fees, are all here because they're afraid of 2024. And you know what? They should be, because the American people are not stupid. They see what's going on. Thank you.
Wow. Bravo. I think the reporter asked about Trump's family across the street or something. His family's been notably absent from the trial. Now listen to the laughter. Here you go. I don't blame these reporters for laughing at Alina Habba. Her performance is just horrific, and she's laying it on so thick. Give me a break. The story these lawyers are trying to give is that we are terrified of Trump in November, so we have to try to take him out through the court system using lawfare. But this is a damning case against Trump. First of all, somebody already went to prison for the crime that he's being accused of. Michael Cohen, Donald Trump's former personal attorney, went to prison for 13 and a half months, and then he spent another year and a half in home confinement because of this crime. And he has identified Trump as a co-conspirator and has the evidence to back it up. Plus, there's a bunch of other witnesses and emails and such that will corroborate his story. So Trump is going to have a tough time beating these charges, and he knows that. That's why there's lawyers like Alina coming out and speaking to the press to try to win in the court of public opinion. But I think Trump looks very weak in this courtroom. People are talking about how he's falling asleep. And this is a guy who's not used to going by someone else's schedule. And now the judge is in control. The judge is scolding him. The judge is telling him and his lawyers what they can and can't say. And Trump is falling asleep in court. He seems bored to tears. And we're just at the beginning of the process. I think he's going to start to slowly go mad sitting in that courtroom and being forced to be there every day by the judge's schedule. So I think it shows Trump as a very weak individual. And the other thing is people are starting to tune in to the details of the crime. I know this goes back to 2016, but it is a very accessible story. It involves details like a man cheating on his wife with a porn star and covering it up and trying to hide that story from the American people. Trump talks about election interference a lot and points the finger at other people, but he committed election interference in 2016, and now it's being exposed for the whole world to see. And some people will say, well, what's the big deal about this case? What does it matter? Trump was trying to hide this story. You got to put yourself back in 2016. Remember when that Access Hollywood tape came out in October 2016? Trump was terrified that he was going to lose the election just because of that. And if these additional stories from women that he cheated on his wife with or had affairs with were to come out, then he thought that would be very damning. I mean, remember the Facebook apology video he put out? Check this out, just a little taste of it.
I've never said I'm a perfect person, nor pretended to be someone that I'm not. I've said and done things I regret, and the words released today on this more than a decade-old video are one of them. Anyone who knows me knows these words don't reflect who I am. I said it, I was wrong, and I apologize.
That video almost seems like an AI-generated video at this point. It's so foreign, it's so different from the Trump that we know now. He would never apologize for anything. But he was desperate to keep these stories quiet because he thought that they would really harm his chances for winning the 2016 election. Even though he only had a slim chance, he thought he had a better chance than most. And these stories would have been the death knell for his campaign back then. So we're going to have to let this trial unfold. Let's see what happens. I believe Trump will be able to get a fair trial, even in a place like Manhattan, where 87% of the population voted for Joe Biden in 2020. There are still a ton of people out there that avoid politics. They don't want anything to do with it. They don't know the characters involved in this case. They don't know the details. Of course, they know who Donald Trump is, but these people will be able to just look at the facts and judge the charges against Trump and decide if he's guilty or not. That being said, it brings joy to my heart to see reporters laughing at people like Alina Habba. Let's hope for more of that in the future.